Hi Pisces, welcome to your May 2024 energy reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you for your support. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Hope you are doing well, Pisces. As I'm recording your May reading, we are still in the midst of Taurus season. Thankfully, Mercury retrograde is over. Mercury stationed direct on April 25th, although we are in the post-shadow phase for about 2 weeks, and that can still cause some communications issues and some tech issues. I've definitely been experiencing tech issues the last couple of days over the weekend. So, you know, it is what it is, but in any event, as I'm recording this, it is April 28th. You are my last reading of the day. So hope you're doing well and taking care of yourself, Pisces. Let's get going with your reading right away. Thank you, angel spirits and guides. Please help me in pulling the most relevant messages and insights for Pisces at this time. All right, let's get a couple more cards, Pisces. A couple more cards here. Okay. First card out, Pisces, is the Three of Wands. So this is a card in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, a card of waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for your investments to show their face, waiting to see what's next, how you move forward based on the things that you put out there into the world, into the ethers, you know. As an example, right? Let's say that you applied to 3 different jobs and you've been interviewing and you're waiting to hear back. Now, you know, this individual is holding onto a wand. So maybe there's one in particular that you favor, but this is like knowing when to know that you've done what you could given a certain situation. And this could be almost anything, right, Pisces? This could be definitely job applications, putting your hat in the ring for creative collaborations, projects, maybe even clients, right? Like if you are a consultant, this is just an example, but that's what came to my head, right? And you're working with clients on particular things, and maybe there's some proposals you're waiting to hear back. Are there going to be changes to the contract, to the agreement, at this, you know? So I'm definitely getting a sense of maybe understanding that you have done everything you needed to do, and now it is a time of waiting patiently. And this might feel in some ways like, okay, but I'm kind of ready. I kind of want to know what to do. But right now is a time to sit back and allow the universe to reveal what's going to be next based on the actions you've taken, the aligned action, the inspired action, right? The intuitive hits that you followed. You know, this could be about networking and maybe like discussing with different people your skill sets, whatever it is, right? This is giving me a sense of understanding, Pisces, that you've done what you could, and now it's time to see what's going to come back, right? What's going to show its face to you. And I definitely feel like the universe is bringing a lot into balance and likely has been potentially revealing some imbalances during this retrograde phase and moving into May. I think whatever's like coming up for you, this is again balancing your time, energy, resources, and finances as well, right? It's understanding is whatever offer or offers you are waiting to have come in, it's going to be really important for you to assess if these are balanced offers, right? If what is expected of you in these agreements, offers, opportunities, are they going to balance out what's required with what you're being paid? Your contribution, terms and conditions, right? Understand that nothing is set in stone, I'm hearing. Again, as you're waiting for these things to come in, I think it would likely be a good idea of how you would like things to balance themselves out. Now, we do have a new moon in Taurus on May 7th, and this is a really good new moon to set intentions and work on manifestations around finances, career, stability in general. So yes, this is Six of Coins, so it can have a lot to do with balancing out, you know, your finances, what you're being paid, what the terms and conditions of a contract are, of a raise, of, you know, promotion, or even a job offer. But it can also just be a general sense of like you manifesting balance into your life and being really clear that like, I know what I bring to the table. I'm not willing to, you know, lower my standards or my expectations, right? Just because there's an opportunity. So just like be aware of that you get to ensure that everything is balanced out appropriately, fairly for you and moving forward. There is going to be something that you're taking action towards. You know, they're in the Three of Wands. He has one wand in his hand. So I think it's going to become very clear as you're like, I definitely am getting the vibes of like setting intentions, making a list, checking it twice. Just being really clear with yourself about what is needed to bring things into balance in your 3D reality and your finances. Like, how much money do you need to take care of yourself, to meet your needs, to pay the rent? What does it actually mean, you know, with regard to potentially accepting a job offer and moving towards, you know, and taking action towards an opportunity that you know is really going to be fruitful, right? That is going to give you a return on your investment, because you see on this wand, right, these branches are growing, and on this one they're kind of bare, right? So I think like whatever you decide to move towards, whatever offer or opportunity you decide to accept, when, you know, those job offers start to come in, when those clients start to come in, when those proposals start to come back, when the creative collaborations start to return your phone calls and your emails, it's going to be really important, Pisces, for you to be discerning about what's actually going to bear fruit. And I think like it's going to cause you a very big transformation. Death, card of Scorpio. And we did have this past full moon in Scorpio on the 23rd of April. So, you know, it's interesting that you are going to be moving towards this scorpionic energy of deep, deep transformation. And maybe this is about really dying to an old identity, an old life. I've said this many, many times, Pisces, that, and I say it to myself because, you know, when I'm setting intentions, when I'm manifesting, when I'm putting myself out there, when I'm building something, growing something, when I'm taking action towards something that I want in my life. I don't know about you, Pisces, but as of late, those have been, it's almost been challenges from the universe that like, okay, you set this intention maybe 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, who knows, right? It's going to be different for each of you. And when it comes time for that opportunity and that door to open, like, are you really willing to let the past die? And understanding that even when you have manifested and taken aligned action towards these opportunities and offers coming towards you, there's often going to be a sacrifice required. It could be to your comfort. It could be sacrificing a life that you know that you're used to, a place that you lived, a career you've had, a company you've worked for, a relationship you've been in. Oftentimes we don't, you know, that's why there's that saying, be careful what you ask for because you might just get it. I feel that sometimes we don't even know what we're asking for until it shows up and we start to feel the full weight of what we have asked for. And this isn't like a negative thing whatsoever, although understandably the Death card is a very heavy, intense card, especially in this deck. But it's transformation. It's one chapter, or it's not even a chapter, it's a book. And it's a book that it's had ups, downs, in betweens, twists and turns. It's had laughs, it's had cries, but this has been a pretty, I can't, you know, I don't want to say good or bad, but it's been an interesting book, right? This past journey, this last phase of your life has actually had a lot of beauty involved in it, but you have been seeking for a deep transformation for a very long time, and now it's here. And so the challenge is going to come when it shows up and you start to realize what is actually required for you to close the book and to start a new one. It's going to come with some emotions. And I think that, you know, I'm thinking about funerals and when people pass away. And, you know, let's just say as an example that, you know, you're at a funeral for somebody who they went through a lot of suffering, they were sick. And there's almost a really interesting sense of peace when you know that somebody's not suffering anymore, but you miss them, right? You love them. You wish that they were here, but you know that, you know, there is no life without death. Everything has to end, including our lives. And so, yes, of course, as it relates to a book, you know, this is just a metaphor, you know, book one of the series ending, you know, it can be really challenging because you learned so much, you grew so much, you discovered so much, you became attached to certain characters and plot lines, but a lot of those are ending. And like, you want to know what's on the other side of this death, of this transformation. But I'm also getting a reminder to like, don't rush this process. As much as you are finding that path forward, what you want to go toward, what you are manifesting is going to require a surrender to the past, to what has been. And as much as you have been wanting, desiring, yearning for this deep, deep transformation, it's going to bring some grief, but that grief comes from a place of love, right? Please take the time, Pisces, to appreciate how far you've come. Please take the time to appreciate the lessons you've learned. Please take the time to appreciate the overcoming of your demons, of your fears, of your insecurities, of the stories, of the plot lines that were never yours to begin with, that kept you maybe stuck in a chapter or two for maybe in your human mind you feel like too long. But as long as you learned the lesson, Pisces, it was never a waste of time. So remember that, right? Please give your past selves, the past versions of yourself, the love and the grace and the reverence that they deserve at this time, because there is a big ending and a huge transition in your life right now. And I think it needs to be handled with a certain amount of grace and love and honor, truly. All right, Pisces. This is resonating. Don't forget to like. Let me know how this is showing up. Let's go a little bit deeper here. Thank you, angel spirits and guides. What additional insights do we have for my Pisces? All right, Pisces. So we have the Two of Cups in reverse. And what I'm hearing is that love is not what you thought it would be, and love is not what you were told it would be. And I'm also hearing this is letting go of the fantasies. Now that can be melancholy or beautiful in its own right, but no longer being afraid of the truth, no matter how brutal it is, and accepting and fully acknowledging the things that did not work out, that did not turn out the way that you had anticipated that they would. And again, I'm getting this very deep sense that this is how you will honor the past. This is how you will honor the past disappointments and heartbreaks. It is like, acknowledge that it was hard, it was painful, even if you knew that this had to happen for you to get to this place, right? Acknowledge the places, the spaces, the people that broke your heart open, that showed you what love was not, that taught you that really hard lesson that, oh, actually, it's not loving if I have to keep pouring from an empty cup and I'm expected to accept less than I deserve because I'm somehow expected to prove that I'm loyal while somebody else is disloyal to me. That's not love. It was the breaking down of the illusions that has been so painful for all of us Pisces. I'm a Pisces sun and rising. It's not easy to let go of the fantasy, right? It's not easy to let go of the desire for something to work out that never could. That takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of humility. It takes a lot of love and compassion for yourself. But learning to accept that for what it is, it was what helps to is going to help you find and has assisted you in finding stability in your 3D reality. 10 of coins. You let go of the old stories, of the old illusions, of waiting around for somebody else to take care of you. You have learned how to invest in yourself, how to invest in people, places, and situations that are going to ultimately lead to long-term stability. You will take long-term stability over short-term fantasy. You will take long-term stability over short-term fantasies. And I know that that was difficult, Pisces. We are very in the clouds, dreamers, which I'm not even saying about giving that up, but you understand there's a difference between, you know, being in the dream space and dreaming about, like, let's just say, since it's the Two of Cups in reverse here, there's a difference between fantasizing about a partner that has lied to you, cheated on you, betrayed you, whatever you want to throw in there. And you keep imagining that one day they're going to wake up and they're going to realize that you're the best thing since sliced bread, and they're going to repent and they're going to change, and waiting around for that person to change. Instead, you learn to just accept people for who they are, no matter how hard that is, because you maybe really wanted them to be the one, or you really wanted them to figure it out, or you wanted that career to work out, or you wanted that job to work out, or you wanted that living situation, whatever it is. It's like you are learning that really what you want is stability. You don't want a fantasy. Now, it's one thing to have a heart-led life, to have a magical life, to be surrounded with, you know, people you love and they love you, but those people are going to be solid, Pisces, right? They're not going to like tell you sweet nothings in your ear but then disappear the moment that you need them. They're going to be solid as a rock. And I get that this is your energy, generally speaking, is that you've learned how to fortify your heart. You've learned how to fortify your life. You have learned and continue to learn how to be more discerning, because everything you touch turns to gold, Pisces, and not everybody deserves access to this 10 of coins energy, right? And that's why I'm seeing this fortress here, that like this is not just about protecting your heart. This is protecting your stability in your life, generally speaking, that if you don't shut the door to that delusion and illusion of who people are when they're showing you the opposite, you can't maintain that level of stability or build stability in your life. And this has been, Eight of Coins, a lot of work for you. You've been putting in the work. You've been investing in your own healing, your own growth, your own, even, yeah, this is like, this is coin energy or pentacle energy. So this is very much in your 3D reality for sure. Absolutely. But that's what I mean. It's tangible. The work you've been doing is tangible. So this could be saving money, could be budgeting, could be creating multiple streams of income, but could also be only investing in people that invest in you, Pisces, right? Only investing in people that not only understand that you're a loyal, hardworking, reliable person, but they understand how much you have on your plate and they're not just there to take, right? You have worked really, really hard to find the stability within yourself, to learn what you're capable of, to find that confidence. And 10 of Wands, this is you coming to the end of this very, very painful cycle, right? And it's right below the death, and how I have these cards set up here for you. The death is up here and the 10 of Wands is here, which is another ending, right? This is the end of you feeling burnt out. And I'm hearing that the only reason that you felt burnt out is because there were still people and situations in your life that were taking advantage of you. And that's why this whole situation, this whole like waiting to see what happens, it's about you coming into balance, right? In all areas of your life, but very much like in your 3D reality, in the tangible things that are showing up in your life, right? Taking action towards the things that are going to bear fruit and letting the past die, letting the old things go, letting those past disappointments be what they were, realizing that you've worked really, really hard to get here and it's been exhausting. But this 10 means that you are basically here at the end of this cycle and ready to what? Start a brand new book, right? Where you've learned the lessons. And if you're like me, Pisces, for many years, I have been very committed to learning my lessons, no matter how hard they are, because I want to get past the programming. I want to get past the ancestral trauma. I want to heal. I want to take accountability. I want to stop giving my time, energy, and resources, people, and situations that are only in my life to take from me, but never want to give back to me. I've had to do the work of seeing people and situations for what they are, even when I wanted them to be something different, right? Because that's kind of the blessing and the curse of being a Pisces, is we can see the best in people and situations, but until you're willing to also see the full truth, we can tend to lead ourselves astray for many, many years, giving bad people and unbalanced situations too much of our time and energy. And I'm not even saying, like, I hear the verbiage I'm using and it's like not too much time, because again, it doesn't really matter how much time it takes for you to learn your lesson as long as you learn it. But I'm saying that, like, I feel that if you're a Pisces that's resonating with this particular reading, that like you can think to past versions of yourself where you would give people chance after chance after chance, even though they showed you over and over again that they couldn't be relied upon, that they were never going to change, that they were never going to be what they promised you, right? And you kept giving them chances because you wanted to see the best in them. And that's a really beautiful thing, except for when you give your time, energy, and resources to people that have no intention of doing right by you, right? They want to take advantage of you. I think, we all learn this the hard way. On top of the 3 of Wands, we have the Magician with that wand in her hand. You're making magic happen. You really do have everything available to you to manifest this new future, this abundant future, this stable future. This is you also like building and growing in your own confidence, right? I feel like a lot of your spiritual psychic gifts are likely increasing or coming online. You're learning more about what you're capable of doing, what you're capable of manifesting, and you're starting to realize that the magic was always within you, Pisces. It was never about somebody else. It was always about the universe showing you a reflection so that you could get back to seeing that you always were the magic and you were always the magic spell. And that's why, again, it's so important for you to know who you are and to own that unapologetically, right? To have that discernment of knowing like not everybody's worth my magic, right? And that's okay. That's not arrogance, that's confidence, and that's also like honoring your gift. Ace of Swords. So there's definitely going to be communication coming in. Again, this could be job opportunities, creative projects, clients. There is going to be an offer, a communication, somebody that wants to work with you, somebody that wants to collaborate with you. It will become clear what the best use of your time, energy, and resources are, what offer is best for you, what client is most aligned, what project is going to be the most beneficial for you. This could be leaning in towards Gemini season that's approaching on May 20th, since this is sword energy. So just expect that to come in. And I do feel like I do get a sense of a lot of clarity and peace within this particular reading. So I think that that's going to start to come in even more. Queen of Wands. Again, growing in your confidence, having a deep, deep intuitive knowing, right? Learning how to take that inspired and aligned action towards your goals. And, you know, there is no gender in tarot, but the Queen of Wands, we all have masculine and feminine energies. This is an energy you're showing up in Pisces, but this is like knowing your value, knowing your worth, and sitting on your throne, right? Doing what needs to be done, right? Investing in taking action, align action towards the things that you know are going to bear fruit for you and are going to be fruitful in general, but also like letting people come to you, right? No longer being in any type of energy of chasing, you're attracting, you're abundant, you are attracting, you know, new opportunities, new offers, and people are taking notice of your grounded, intuitive, magical, beautiful, vivacious energy. So like I do feel a lot of inner confidence and just like owning who you are, owning your power unapologetically. So we love to see that energy. Ooh. Knight of Pentacles. So this could be, you know, about you again taking the time to review every opportunity that comes towards you, every business venture, every client, every contract, taking your time, again, not being rushed, because you know who you are, you know what you bring to the table. You know, you can let people know, you can communicate like I really appreciate, you know, the offer, the job offer, the contract. And I need time to review and to make sure that this is going to line up with my schedule. This is going to make sense for me financially, right? I no longer rush things. I want to make sure that everything's on the up and up, that everything's fair, that everything's clear before I commit, right? We're no longer rushing into situations because you do have a prosperous mindset, and you're going to make sure whatever you're investing in is worth your time. Ace of Wands. So I feel like lots of communication in May and moving into June, because all of you are going to be on a different timeline, right? This is a general energy reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, click the link below. The only way to book a personal one-on-one with me is via my website. Over the Two of Cups is like you knowing your worth brings in more opportunities, brings in more offers. And this definitely could be a love offer, but I'm getting heavy career, business, creative projects, opportunities to make money, to establish yourself, people wanting to work with you, people wanting to be mentored by you, people wanting to learn more about what you offer, what you bring to the table. People just being intrigued with your energy because it's very grounded, it's very magical, it's very attractive. And people want a piece of you, which is, again, why it's going to be important for you to have that discernment. It's going to be important for you to let people and situations reveal themselves, to take your time, right? To know your value, to know your worth, to know that it's all about stability in your life. Let me pull one more. Sorry, I don't know if you saw my eyes get really big. One more card for Pisces. Okay, so over the 10 of coins is the 10 of pentacles. So this 10 of pentacles has a couple in it. And so I'm getting the sense that because you decided to focus on stability, which for a period of time may have meant, depending on your situation, Pisces, going it alone, whether in business, with friendships, or in romance, it may have required a lot of isolation, a lot of focused attention and energy, and the falling away of people, situations, opportunities that you had expected to come in. I'm hearing and feeling that anything that you had to surrender and sacrifice is going to be repaid to you, but in an actual, like, aligned, divinely timed way. And there's going to be stability in your home life, in your career, and your finances, in your family, and your relationships. But it's because you decided to focus on only those things that were going to bring you stability. And after a time of maybe feeling like you were doing this by yourself, the resources, the contacts, the connections that are going to bring that into more of your relationship dynamics, again, whether family, friends, business associates, or romantic partnership, that's also going to start to come in as we move through May, probably into June, right? We're all on different timelines here. Over the 8 of coins is the King of Pentacles. So I'm definitely getting that people perceive you as being very abundant, very grounded, a leader in your own right. Again, with the understanding that there's no gender in tarot, that like people just know that at this point, whether they knew it then or not, Pisces, it doesn't matter. People know now that you don't just talk about it, you are about it. You don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk. If you say you're going to do something, you do it. Maybe you don't do it the way that other people expect you to. Maybe you don't do it in the timeline that people expect you to, but you get it done in your own magical, grounded way, right? You make your own magic, and it is I'm getting a very evident magic starting in May. Anybody that has questioned you up to this point, Pisces, and the work that you've put into this, they're not going to have any questions about who you are and what you're capable of anymore. And I certainly hope you no longer have any questions about what you're capable of manifesting in your life, because you definitely are very, very powerful. You have a lot of abundance, a lot of magic, a lot of power, a lot of skills, a lot of, a lot to bring to the table. And I feel like after this time of isolation, of surrender, of letting go of past people, places, and situations, it becomes very evident, not just to you, but to other people around you. And then after the 10 of Wands, we have the Knight of Cups. So it's like, after this transition, this end of a very, very difficult, painful, overwhelming cycle, there's this sense of relief. There's this, lifting of pressure, and the sun comes out and your heart is open and full, and it becomes easier, the momentum to follow your heart, to follow your intuition, to follow your passion, to, take your magic and your heart and your gifts and your offerings out to the world, right? And to really be who you are. You're prepared for this journey. You're prepared for this next book in your series. So I'm very excited for you, Pisces. I hope the messages resonated for you. If they do, please remember to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below that I am the magician and I am manifesting my 10 of Pentacles. I am abundant AF. Love this for you, Pisces. Sending you lots of love. Again, thank you for being here. I am going to close this out with a card from the Messages from the Spirits of Nature Oracle deck. Thank you, Spirit. And we have Honeycomb Community, card number 17. Don't forget to like and subscribe, Pisces. If you want to book a one-on-one with me, click the link below. The only way to book a one-on-one with me is via my website. Okay, honeybee, community. You're an integral part of a community, one composed of people related by blood, friendship, or another type of common bond. Lately, you found yourself thinking about this or that person, but have generally dismissed the thoughts and feelings that triggered these remembrances as random and inconsequential. You may even have experienced other external reminders of that individual, such as their name popping up in conversations or symbols appearing that remind you of them. These synchronicities are prompted by the collective consciousness, an invisible web in which we humans are all connected. Threads are more concentrated in those that are part of your more intimate immediate community. Stories abound as to how someone got a sudden urge to call a relative or friend and then discovered there was an urgent need they could now serendipitously meet. It's critically important at this time to trust these cues and act on them so as to actively acknowledge the physical and spiritual connection you have with these important people in your life. Pause for a few moments and allow yourself to stretch the limits of what you ordinarily think of as community and realize that you are connected to the entire human race. Yeah, I think that this is about understanding your intuition more deeply, what you bring to the table, and that you actually have more influence and more impact than maybe you've given yourself credit for, Pisces. And I would say, like, you already know those in your circle and realm of influence that have good vibes, right? Like, I think that it's going to be important for you to, like, lean into fortifying yourself this next chapter with people that appreciate you, appreciate your heart, appreciate what you bring to the table, and continuing to build upon this idea of, you know, giving your love, giving your magic to people who need it and who really appreciate what you bring to the table, right? Like taking care of those who are going to take care of you. So again, sending you lots of love, Pisces. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.